We walked up at the time where this dude jumped out of a tree, someone got hit with like a stick, and then like the dudes that got hit by the stick was like selling. He's like, "Oh, it hurts so bad." And then the other dude that jumped out of the tree hit the dude with the stick was like, "It's gonna hurt way worse, bitch."
The Amp Theory Podcast with Peter Vazquez and Scott Kalnasy.
That was legit as
That was
fuck.
legit.
I like it, bro.
Reminded me of Wayne's World.
If you don't do that every time, I ain't talking. Hello, fellow ampers.
Good morning.
Does that sound good?
Is that what we're going to call the fans? Is ampers?
No.
Yeah?
So ampers?
Ampers, yeah.
No, it sounds like Pampers.
I don't
He's
know.
looking at his
You
fucking
guys
Huggy box
You guys
over
decide
here.
ampers, ampies,
Amperinos?
amperinos, amperians.
Amperians?
Welcome to episode 11, the latest of the Amp Theory podcast, the newest episode, fresh, hot out the box, live in action.
On a Sunday morning, no less.
Yeah, Scott's favorite time to come in and perform.
Happy Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day.
If you didn't go to church today, we got the gospel for you.
Hey, Church of Amp.
Well, I thought we were more like a cult.
Huh?
I thought we were more like a cult, like Heaven's Gate.
Yeah.
I was going to say, at least we're not the Church of Fudge.
You,
Yeah, I don't know.
if you don't know what the Church of Fudge is,
don't know what
it came out in a time where Jonathan was experimenting,
Oh.
and he was
With
like,
his sexuality?
no, just more with like the type of porn he watched.
Oh.
This is a specific, really niche porn market that involves ass eating and shit.
Oh.
Just letting you know, Scott, send me the link.
No, don't. Guys, we'll bleep that out. Don't worry.
No, we're keeping that in.
No, okay. Well, I guess that actually, talking about all that anal abuse brings up this week's topic, which is recovery.
Oh, recovery. My bad.
Yeah. Oh, you know what, though? My wife did say that this is starting to sound more like locker room talk and that she feels uncomfortable listening.
Does she?
Yeah. Love you, babe. Please don't stop. Okay, put the video on. You can put it on silent, but just let it play the whole thing through. And then
That'll work too.
But we are going to talk about recovery. As you guys know, we are recovering addicts.
What?
No? Oh.
What?
Alcoholism is not a joke. I try to make a really bad joke.
The only recovering addict I am is from chicken strips or dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Yeah. Well, you have to be recovering, not currently involved in the action.
It's hard, okay?
I'm not shaming you. Do your thing, boo boo.
We eat a whole tray of dinosaur chicken nuggets after this.
We actually had to throw some out because my kids didn't like them. I'm sorry.
You need to get rid of your kids then.
You wasted perfectly good food. Throw the kids out.
But okay, so we are talking about recovery, just like physical recovery from workouts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
Yeah. So that's what the episode's really about, guys. I'm just kidding.
All locker room talk aside.
Yeah. But I was also thinking about like how, because this one I guess is a little more geared towards exercise. Mm-hmm. But along the way I'll sprinkle a little thing about here and there about like recovering also emotionally, right?
Okay.
And maybe mentally recovering. I know you know about this.
All these keywords.
Because every time I call him, I'm like, "What are you doing?" You're like, "I'm taking a mental health day." It's like
that was one time.
No, that was like one time in the first half of a week, and then another time in the second half of the week.
No, I think I said I needed a mental health day in the beginning of the week.
No, I don't know. But so as we know, we like to go get hard at the gym.
Hold on, you gotta follow
You mean go hard, not actually get hard.
No, I'm talking about both. we go get hard, bro.
If you're getting hard at the gym, I would never go.
Bro, your muscles don't get hard at the gym?
They get pumped, yeah.
Yeah. So
Blood
I mean,
flowing,
always gonna get that
juices pumping.
juice is pumping at the gym. So we go to the gym, right? We go hard, I guess, and then you hit it a little maybe too hard, not the next day, but the next day after that, you're sore as fuck.
Because you didn't give yourself enough time to recover.
Well, I mean, what do you do now?
I mean, if you're at the gym, you already go. It's go time.
Yeah. Well, now I've gone.
You paid for that
And now I'm
membership.
hurt.
Then you have to recover. You have
We
to
do
take a
have to
little bit of
recover.
time off.
Yeah.
But
Well, what happens if you don't recover, Scott?
you get hurt.
How?
So if you don't give your body enough time to recover, in past experiences, I have hurt my shoulder. I've hurt parts of my forearm. It makes it really hard to actually like lift weights. And
Didn't you pull your taint? Didn't you pull your taint that one time?
that's a different story.
Oh my bad. I thought it happened at the gym too.
No.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't walking around hard at the gym. But no, because you get it in your head like you're like, no days off. Fuck it, I'm gonna go hard every single fucking day. But you can't, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you want like actual real gains, you have to
Yeah.
give your body like recovery time.
Yeah.
And it varies between person to person. But yeah, like I would hit shoulders, and like then my shoulder would hurt.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't really think about like why it was hurting. It's like, okay, I'm just sore.
Yeah.
It's more than soreness because I didn't give myself enough time from like the previous workout where I lifted really heavy, and then the next day thinking that like maybe 24 hours was perfectly fine to go back into the gym and do something else.
Yeah.
It started to hurt more. And the same thing happened with my right arm, like right in this area, like the ditch underneath or on the other side of the elbow. Lift heavy. I came home one day from the gym and I was like, it's a little tender.
Yeah.
But I didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, cool. I had a really good workout. I'm just sore.
Yeah.
Went back the next day, hit a different group.
Yeah.
Still really tender. And by the time like 3 days went by of it being tender, I went and hit the same muscle group that I did on day one. And then it really hurt after that because I didn't allow myself to actually recover.
Yeah.
I didn't give myself enough time to, let my body rest. But also, too, part of that was being a little bit naive, thinking like, go, gains.
Yeah.
And then I hurt myself.
For sure.
And since you were a personal trainer, like you've probably seen a lot of people like come in with like injuries they have to work around.
Yeah. So, like this happens even like the number one kind of I guess injuries, especially when it comes to like you see it a lot in like steroids, right? So steroids actually don't make you stronger; they just
Make your balls shrink.
They make your balls shrink, and they make you recover faster. That's all it really does. So it allows you to hit a weight that is maybe a little bit higher, closer to your 1 rep max, like just repeatedly over throughout the week, and that makes your muscle stronger.
Right.
But what happens is that like while your muscle will grow and get stronger, your connective tissues, like your tendons and stuff like that, some of them can't really keep up with that.
That strain.
Yeah, that strain.
Because
So
I'm used to the feeling and the pain of like the little micro tears that you get, the soreness that you get in order to like build muscle.
Yeah.
But this was different.
Yeah.
Because like there's a difference between soreness and a stinging pain, and that's what I would get.
Yeah.
Like in my arm, it was a stinging pain, and so I couldn't lift. It was so bad that like I couldn't shake someone's hand for a while.
Yeah, and those are the ones that suck because those take like a muscle recovery, that takes a day or two. But if you actually pull one of your tendons, that actually is like where you're out for like
I was
weeks.
out for a couple months.
Yeah.
Because it would get better, and I would feel like my arm was ready to work. Like I felt like I was ready to put in work again. But to grip something, like I had to like make sure that I had grip strength.
Yeah.
And then once I had like grip strength like back, I was like, okay, if I shake someone's hand, my forearm isn't on fire.
Yeah.
Then I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Started off with baby weight, tried to like lift a little 10-pound dumbbell.
Yeah.
Just all over again, like that fire, that sting just would shoot down my arm. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, I guess I'm out for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why like I think that like your bro splits, like your bodybuilding, I think that's where it does have, I guess, one of the advantages versus like a full body workout. Like I'm more of a full body workout type of person. That's what I do now.
Yeah.
But when I was doing, your back days, chest days, leg days, the advantage that does have is that, you know, you are resting the opposite muscle group while you're doing it. So like you can literally do chest one day and back the next day, and because you're working antagonist muscles, that like that won't affect you. Like you can actually take a day off. And then what's great about it is like you can do a chest, back, legs, and your chest is essentially getting 2 days of rest. So that even if you skip, like if you only do one arm day a week and you go back to do, you know, chest again later on that week, it'll be good. You know, you could be able to do it. Now, a lot of people will tell you only want to hit like a really heavy, like if you're only doing like 2-3 reps, maybe like once a week. And then for your bodybuilders, like the second time you hit it, you more want to focus on like getting the blood. So a little bit more repping it out, not super high reps, but like, you know, where you feel the blood, the muscle. So, you know, that's where those bro splits have the advantage when it comes to those, because it's so easy to just rest. What I found with full body workouts, if you're more of a full body workout, is I have 1 to 2 days pretty split apart where I do like a heavier workout, right?
Sure.
So like I'll do, since I'm not really trying to gain mass or grow, or I really don't care much about strength right now. It's more just about functional, like, you know. I'll do a heavier weight where I'm repping out like 7 to 12 reps. 12 is more at the higher end. I like to keep it at 10, like the amount of weight that I could do 10 at.
Sure.
I only do that like maybe twice a week, like in the beginning and the middle. And then throughout the week, I do just fully like body weight exercises. So I'll do push-ups.
Right.
I'll do, you know, body weight squats,
I
lunges.
remember when we first started working out together, that would kind of like the functional like training would be like the very beginning, kind of be our warm up to actually lifting weights. We'd like sit there and we'd like do push-ups. We'd like do sets to failure and like, okay, cool. And I remember the first time I was like, oh, this we're at the gym while we're doing this shit. But it's needed. Just like, you know, you're gonna get the blood flowing, you're gonna get your warm up. You're also gonna start off with that little pump that makes you feel good. And I think a lot of being in the gym and actually like seeing yourself like make those gains, like it's like positive mental for you.
And well, a new strategy that I've developed in my working out is that I used to go till failure before, especially when you have a workout partner that's easier, because you know that it's like if you're bench pressing, it's like, man, I'll risk it. I'll try to do one more because I got you helping me, you know, bring that weight back up. When you're working by yourself, you get a little, I don't know.
Oh, I've had an incline bar. Like, I've had my the shoulder, like, go out on me. And, like, I've nearly choked myself on the incline bar. And then some guy had to come save me. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, I'm working out.
I like getting choked.
He's like, no. He was there with his girlfriend. He was there with his girlfriend. And he was like, yeah, save that guy.
See that, babe? I'm the gym lifeguard. Oh, my God. No, but, so... one thing that I've evolved in, now that I'm doing full body workouts, my main focus is getting the most reps that I can in a week, right? And then like in our head, we think...
check your math, because remember what our buddy Justin said about the way you broke down the seconds that you work out?
Okay, look, last time, was it last episode or the episode before?
It was like 2 episodes ago.
So 2 episodes before, I said that there was 1,300 seconds in a minute. My asshole friend...
Hold on. Wait. You didn't say in a minute, did you?
13...
You said there was... I remember the...
In a minute. No, in an hour.
Okay.
Was it an hour? I don't fucking remember now. Right? But my asshole friend Justin, right, couldn't just let it go. I mean, I'm happy that he only... Actually, you know what, Justin? You're not an asshole.
He checked you privately.
Yeah, he checked me privately. You know what? That was an awesome move. Thank you for not putting it on like one of the comments.
Now he's gonna do it.
But yeah, I didn't know if I threw numbers out there, you motherfuckers were gonna have it sitting there with a calculator and shit. Like, I feel like I'm being shamed on my math skills. Plus, a lot of the times I do math in Spanish, answers come out totally different. So it checks out.
I'm pretty sure math is universal, but whatever. Moving on.
It's fake news. But okay, so yeah, I fucked up. All right, so I'll stay away from the math, or I'll do it before I fucking. I figured if you say anything confidently enough,
Yeah.
that it would like just be like, oh shit, that motherfucker knows what he's talking about. And it's crazy because most of the people didn't call me on that, except for
because nobody wanted to break their calculator out. They don't want to like make sure you're
they're
wrong.
like, seems legit.
It's not so much that it seems legit. They're just like, I'm gonna let him have this one.
Yeah, I'm tired.
It's like, what? Why? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I fucked up. But anyways, what the fuck was I talking about?
You fucked up.
I fucked up. Okay, so anyways, right now, like to me, again, like most of us just want to be in shape. Like, yeah, like another group of us do want to be shredded. We want to be Instagram models, right? We want to be able to, flex. Like I get it, but we focus so much on that. There are a group of people, and I hope that I hope that these are the people listening to us that just want to be in better shape. Yeah. Like for life, for health.
Right.
I'm not trying to post something up like with my shirt off. I'm just trying to be a healthy person. So like that's why I think working out full body workouts is something that needs to be talked a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because there are different ways of working out versus just that. So to me, that's my preference. Now I am seeing gains. And maybe a lot of it was because I did do those bro splits younger in my life, and like you do keep a lot of those gains. Yeah. So now that I'm getting the pumps, like doing full bodies,
your body's naturally gonna fall back.
Yeah.
Into, like once you've been in shape, it's easier to get back into shape because your body knows what the work has to, or what work has to be done. But I personally do like breaking it down like day by day, like chest day, back day, leg day, all that kind of stuff.
Because you're a fucking tool.
A little bit, but mainly because like I know what I'm getting into that day. I'm gonna and for me, like I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna kill this workout.
Yeah.
Some days I don't. Some days I'm not as rested as I want. But I do the best that I can without hurting myself. Now.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of my naivety came in the beginning.
Yeah.
Where I hurt my shoulder, I hurt my arm, like I've hurt my back. I've hurt everything.
Do you think it was like some ego lifting? Do you think maybe?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely,
like, do you think it like ego lifting in combination with not well resting, or do you think it was one more than the other?
I definitely think it was like 50-50.
Okay.
Because when you're in the gym and you're around like big dudes, you're like, cool, I'm just gonna throw a big weight too.
Yeah.
And you don't like, even if you feel like comfortable at that weight with the max, that's not the weight that you should be pushing around for like 15 reps. Like if you have a like a 1 rep max, don't fucking push yourself to do it like 10 to 15 times.
Yeah.
And that was my mistake in the beginning, because that part of my brain where I was like, I'm just going to lift heavy and get bigger. Like I've already taken my pre-workout, taken my protein, I've eaten my protein, I've done everything I need to do. And then you go in there and you're like, okay, I've done this before once.
Yeah.
Maybe a few times.
Yeah.
And then you go in there and try to like rep it out with that max weight.
Yeah.
That's how you hurt yourself. That's how I've hurt myself.
Yeah. Like, you definitely don't want to ego lift. I do want to, I want to add to that in the sense of like the fact that, like you do all this work, right? Regardless of what you're doing, you are moving work, the recovery and the rest is so important that if you do all this stuff, not only do you prevent being injured, right? Like kind of like we're saying, as time progresses, you will understand how to pick the amount that you're lifting, what is the most effective way. But if you're not sleeping, you're not like, that's when, so basically, you gotta like, it's like cooking, right? The working out part isn't the cooking part. The working out part is the putting the ingredients together, right? Preparing everything, getting everything out, breading the chicken, or fucking cutting the vegetables. That's what working out is.
Yeah.
The sleeping part is the cooking.
Yeah.
Is when you put the heat on, right? That's when all the changes like start.
It's because it's once you've put your body through hell.
Yeah.
You've got like that high blood pressure, or like the high heart rate, the BPMs and all that, and you're putting in work. but the actual like gains that you make actually come from the sleep that you get, because your heart rate lowers back down to its resting. And then your body is in that recovery mode, and you'll wake up sore because you got the micro tears. And you're just like, yes, I'm ready to go get it.
And I do want to backtrack a little bit, because I wanted to add something before we got into sleep. That like because we talked about you had mentioned that once you've been in shape, it's easier to get into shape. But I want to encourage those people that maybe have been like overweight, like really overweight. Don't be discouraged thinking like, oh well, I've never been in shape, and now if I get in shape, like you're not gonna see something. Like actually carrying around a lot of weight, like you need a lot of muscle,
right? So
you do have muscle underneath that fat. So I don't want to
a lot of muscle.
So don't feel like, well, if I've never been in shape and now I lose weight, I'm not gonna look like. No. You'll see all the muscle you've been building carrying that around. Now on the adverse, if you're very skinny, right? Don't be discouraged, because since you have such low body weight, a little bit of adding of muscle, you're gonna see it like a lot faster than somebody. So I know that like really like skinny people kind of get discouraged, because it's like, well, I don't have the excuse, right? Like bigger people are used to carrying a little bit more weight, so that they can throw around weight a lot faster. People that have been working out have obviously built up. Now me, I'm real skinny. I'm coming in, I could only do 20s. 20s is heavy. Putting, whenever I put the little thing, I'm putting it on top, but don't be discouraged, because as your body adapts, you will be the one that looks a little bit more shredded faster because of the low body weight. So there's advantages for everything, so I don't want to because we talk about the experience we have. And since we're like kind of getting back into shape, it's like a shortcut, because it's like, oh, okay, well, you just go into the gym and you're going to look like you did before. Like you keep some of the gains that you have. So, but if you aren't that, there are also positives. So, but now going back to sleep. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I said that.
And sleep has always been my biggest enemy. Because I don't know if this happens to you, but my brain doesn't shut off. I'll be laying in bed, TV off, pitch black, and then my brain just will not shut up. It won't stop running. So sometimes I don't get enough sleep. There's sometimes I wake up, I'll fall asleep at 3. Be up at 7:30 for an 8 o'clock start my day at work, right? And then I'm tired throughout the day, don't want to do anything. So what do? Take a nap. And because of that nap, I feel like at that point, okay, cool. I didn't get enough sleep during the night. Took a little bit of a nap now. I have a little bit more energy. Then I can go to the gym.
Yeah. And this might be something that you guys might want to research, because I've heard two things, right? So 8 hours of sleep is important. 8 hours. Now, also, so getting too much sleep is also bad, because then it kind of makes you lazy, right? Now, using sleep like for recovery, also when it comes to stress and mental health, is also good. I would just be, especially if you're using it for mental health, I would be very careful with oversleeping, because oversleeping can kind of lead to feelings of like melancholy and depression. So you just want to be careful with that, like to do the oversleeping. But it's good to reboot your brain. So maybe some meditation, but especially for exercise, like getting the 8 hours of sleep. Like when I want to wake up early to exercise, like I listen to my body. If I don't get 8 hours of sleep, to me, it's like, what's the point of depriving myself of sleep, going to working out, if everything that I'm working for is never going to actually come to fruition if I don't actually sleep? So I'd rather get the 1 hour of sleep and get my workouts in different, because again, I carry around 20-pound weight. So I know that, once an hour, I'm going to get it in, and I'll max out. So that's what I would encourage you. If fitness is a thing, a real goal that you want to do, think outside the box. Don't think, well, I didn't hit the gym today. No. Like, go buy 20-pound weights. Like, I found some on the internet for like $20. Carry those around. If you work in a desk, if you're a student, I mean, right now you're doing everything from home. Put them in the car. Go out there and hit it real quick. Like, just be creative. But that's how important sleep is. You want to make sure you get it. Now, the thing that I was gonna say you guys should look up is, I've seen two things. It's like, okay, get a straight 8 hours of sleep is best. And then I did see this one thing. I don't know how scientific it is, but I'm just gonna mention it because I did see it. Is that you can, as long as you get 8 hours of sleep, like if you sleep 4 and 4 hours, or like if you do 6 in a 2-hour nap or 7 in a 1-hour nap,
Sure.
that's also beneficial. Again, I saw it a couple years ago. I don't know how good the science is. I encourage you to look it up.
I fall more in line with that 6 and 2. Sometimes it's like 4 and 2.
Yeah, I think
sometimes.
if my memory doesn't fail me, which it probably will, is the fact that like they're saying
there's math involved.
There's math involved. So I think if you what they were saying is that like humans would only sleep like back in prehistoric times. Wait, no, not prehistoric. That's a little too far back. Back with the dinosaurs, the humans used to.
They're just curling dinosaur eggs.
Yeah, just fucking. But no, what they were saying is back in the day, they used to sleep at night, like when in the middle of the night when it was the darkest, and then while they were working, when the sun would come out and was the hottest, they'd like take a nap until the sun kind of went down, and then they would work again.
That makes sense.
I think that's what it was. But still, look it up. But regardless of how you do it, sleep is important.
Definitely. Something else that's really important that I also had to learn the hard way was like stretching, making sure that your like muscles are completely stretched. I think more than lack of sleep, not stretching was also something that I was a little naive to, because I'd go in there and like do my hard workouts. I'd come out with like the hard pump and everything, but not stretching, it made things like too tight. It made my body too tense. And sometimes I feel like when I thought about it, I was like, maybe I should stretch, but no, I don't want to. I just want to get right at it. But had I stretched, I know for a fact that I wouldn't have hurt myself the way that I did, and my recovery time would have been shorter.
Yeah, fact. I've actually been starting yoga for the past like 7 years. I've been saying that I was going to start yoga. I'll do like a little online yoga thing. I want to so bad. Like I'm bought in. I want to stretch. I want to do it. And I just
get that DDP yoga. No.
No.
You talk shit, but like like I've done DDP yoga.
Yoda. It's not in the frame, by the way.
I've done DDP yoga, not Yoda, and I feel
like
good.
You know what the diamond upside down is, right?
Vagina?
Yeah. Huh. It's a joke. You ever seen Ready to Rumble? It's a good movie.
I know.
Upside down is a pussy.
Yeah, I know.
He did that. That's why it triggered my wrestling reflexes. So.
He used to do that though, right? He used to go like that, and then he used to go like that, and then bang, DDP.
Are there any videos of you backyard wrestling on the trampoline?
Unfortunately, there's not.
We should do backyard wrestling, bro.
Hell no.
I sell like nobody's business.
Bro, okay.
I just want to come out in a little underwear with knee-high boots.
Bro, okay, so this is a little off topic. But both of you we all went to the same high school, even if it was at different times. Do you remember, I forgot his name. There was a kid in an electric wheelchair that didn't have, he didn't have arms.
Oh, yeah. I remember him.
I met this dude in art class. Okay, so let me pick, like, there was this cool dude that I like met in art class. He had no arms, and he used to draw, paint, and all kinds of shit with just his feet.
Yeah. And I remember he used to go down the halls, and his friends would like ride with him, right?
I rode on the back of his wheelchair a few times. Actually,
it was a thing. He wasn't bullying. He would let his friends do it.
So actually, to say that he didn't have arms, like I think he had he had nubs or something. He even signed my yearbook nubs. And I'm not making fun of this guy. He was fucking cool as shit.
You're being descriptive.
He was a backyard wrestler.
Yeah.
But so he was also, not only did he not have like full arms, but he was missing he was born with like a bone or two like different in his legs, so he couldn't walk for long.
Yeah.
But he used to backyard wrestle, and he brought a video to class one day, and he was straight fucking dudes up like in their makeshift ring.
Yeah, I think I remember we went to a party with some of his friends, right? Like it was his friend's party, and we showed up. And I got drunk, and I think that was the time this asshole, No,
this isn't when you went upstairs crying.
No, shut up, bitch. All right, look, asshole.
You know how many times you've been drunk and been like, Scott,
One time. It was one time.
I'm pretty sure it was like.
And I wasn't saying I loved you. I was just crying because I was scared.
It was a very emotionally trying time.
So
So-
it's okay to be a sensitive, emotional man.
Yeah,
it's okay,
I'm just in
pussy.
tune with my feelings, you little bitch.
Whatever.
So anyways, we were at this party and we were
Little
leaving,
crybaby.
right? And we were like with these, we were like hanging out with all these,
pussy.
shut up, bitch, with all these like backyard wrestlers. And we were at this, it's the part. Okay, look, you'll remember when I tell you this.
Okay.
So when we were leaving, this asshole, I was drunk as fuck, right? And we were putting on Census Fail, Captain goes down with the ship. Yeah. So we were listening to that song, and we were like, yeah, right. I'm like fucking gone. This motherfucker was driving. He's like, hey, Peter, what? And he goes, ooh. He was acting like he was turning.
yeah.
It was that party. He was acting like he was turning the car. And I was like, ooh. It was wild. But anyways, yeah, we used to hang out with backyard wrestlers.
Yeah, I took Jonathan behind the scenes over here to a party. We showed up to this party, and there was backyard wrestling happening in the front yard. So we show up, and there's a big crowd, and we're like, oh shit, this party must be like going off. Like there's a shit ton of people. Nobody was inside. But when we walked up to the yard, we walked up at the time where this dude jumped out of a tree, someone got hit with like a stick, and then like the dudes that got hit by the stick was like selling. He's like, oh, it hurt so bad. And then the other dude that jumped out of the tree hit the dude with the stick, was like, it's gonna hurt way worse, bitch. Stapled a dollar bill to the guy's head.
What the
And
fuck?
I
This is
was
all while we had just parked and we're walking up. And
Yeah.
there's like 100 people in the
like
front yard.
within like the first 60 seconds of us being at the party,
Let me ask you this.
we left because Jonathan was like,
I turned to Scott. As soon as he stapled the dollar bill to his forehead, I turned to Scott and said, we're going. This ain't my scene.
he's like, this ain't my scene.
And Jonathan loves wrestling.
He's super low.
He's
He
like,
stapled the dollar bill because I was like, okay, this is a little too wild. The cops are going to be here any minute now.
wait. Can I ask you something?
Yeah, I asked.
Were there any minorities in the group?
No. It was,
No, one of the-
one of the guys was an African American dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
Guy
and
that got stapled, I think.
yeah, and the dude.
Y'all
that,
sure y'all weren't at a Klan rally?
And the dude that jumped out of the tree, I'm pretty sure he was Hispanic.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
okay.
like
All
one
right.
of those punk rock.
Oh,
dudes.
got you.
Oh,
Okay,
I
it's
think-
an inclusive. It was.
Were like chains on
Oh,
his arms
yeah,
and
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like
But
little daggers.
he wore like
choker
camo though.
necklace.
He wore like, it was a Hispanic dude that wore camo pants and Pantera shirts with no sleeves and long hair. I think his name was Jamie.
Jamie Hardy.
No, I don't know.
Like Jeff Hardy?
Yeah. That's what I was trying to get at.
It was Matt.
Anyways, back to recovery. You fucking animals. What were we talking? Oh, okay. So this one's great.
Yeah, backyard wrestling equals active recovery.
Yeah, active recovery, which is so what we think about recovery, taking a day off is like, oh, I'm just gonna not do anything. Wrong. You've been doing it wrong this whole time. I've been doing it wrong this whole time. Actually, studies have shown that active recovery, such as jogging, going for a walk, doing a little exercise bike, even body weight workouts, not to failure, of course, but
Right.
like repping out body workouts will help you recover more. And on the good side is that you're also burning calories, so you hit your goals a little bit faster.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, so when it comes to day off, like just kind of think different. And one thing that's cool is you don't lose your motivation, right? Because sometimes you'll hit like 5 days straight, and you're like, damn, I'm fucking feeling it. You hit that day off, you do nothing, and it throws off your whole motivation and everything.
What also too, once you get into a routine, like taking that day off, like it begins, or at least for me, like it begins to fuck with you a little bit because you feel like you should be doing something.
Yeah.
So instead of just like laying there all day, like doing active recovery, like I'm just gonna go for a walk. Like I'm gonna go for a walk.
Yeah.
Or just do like a little body weight exercise, go do some cardio, something like that. It's better, like how you said, like you're gonna hit your goal faster, but your brain isn't also sitting there like nagging at you, like do something,
Yeah.
do something,
Yeah.
do it,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, and actually that's what I find myself, because I used to have a, like, kind of like you're saying, like my body would just go, and what I realize is when I exercise and I really do bring my heart rate up, do high intensity training, or just go for a long ass run, I just sleep way better.
Yeah.
You know, so your longer runs can be part of your active recovery. You know,
Yeah.
I started kind of going to the gym a little bit more. So my runs have, because I don't have time to go on a 15-mile run that takes like 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know, I'll still do my 2, 3, 4 mile run. On the long one, I'll hit a 6 mile run when I have time. But, you know, being at the gym and going high intensity, I know I can keep my cardio up because I have very low rest times. And you know, doing sprints and stuff like that, I could keep my cardio levels up. But on your recovery times where you're not going to hit the gym, that's whenever I'm going to start hitting like my longer runs because I have that time to do it. So, you know, rethink your day off.
Yeah.
You know,
Also, too, since you're a personal trainer, is there like any kind of, because like when I get into like a really good routine, I'm eating clean, I'm training hard, I'm cutting out sodas. Red Bull is really my only vice. Red Bull, if you want to sponsor us, right here.
it gives you. Hey, wait, hold up. It gives you wings. It gives you wings. Right? That shit was legit, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
But yeah, like that's my only vice. But I
Send them the invoice.
I had to because I used to take a pre-workout.
Yeah.
I had to stop drinking Red. I had to cut one out. I was like, I can either stop drinking Red Bull or stop taking my pre-workout. Pre-workout was gone. I had to have my Red Bull a day.
Yeah.
But so I'm doing all this stuff and I'm doing active recovery and things like that. But since you were a personal trainer, is there any kind of like supplement that I or someone else who like works out 6 days a week, does like that 1 day of active recovery, so they're basically active 7 days a week.
Yeah.
For those people who are in that mindset of no days off.
Yeah.
Besides sleep and all that kind of stuff, like what supplements could someone take to aid in recovery?
Yeah. Well, I would say first and foremost, supplements do help, but I want
Added with, the much needed sleep.
Supplements are only going to help, I would say maybe like 10% of the whole overall thing.
Okay.
Like if you're doing everything else, that's great. And the supplementation can add to that and definitely be beneficial. But I don't want people to think that supplementation is a big part of it, and then everything else comes secondary. Like if you're not,
you don't want someone to be like, "Hey, I'm taking my vitamin D, C, zinc, B,
everything,
all that shit, and I'm just gonna be good."
Yeah.
Like,
No. Yeah. Because you could, if you're not hitting the muscle correctly, if you're not recovering, if you're not getting enough sleep, no matter how many supplements you'll take, it's not gonna do shit. Now, if you are doing everything correctly, you can take some supplements that will give you some really good benefits. I think first and foremost, having a protein supplement to help the muscles recover is going to be great. I think what people say, and I could be, you want to take 1.5 grams of your body weight a day of protein.
Yeah, when I was getting to my biggest, I was putting down like 200 grams of protein a day.
Yeah. Now, that being said,
but
you don't want to overdo the protein.
Most of that was from like the meals that I ate.
Yeah.
But
good.
I would have between 2 and 3 scoops of protein a day, and that's it. From like the powder. Yeah,
and I always like at any serving, I would say kind of stay around 30 to 40 grams per meal and per scoops, because everything else you just shit out anyways.
Yeah, because I even read your body can only process so many grams of protein per meal per hour.
Yeah, so doing like 60, 70 grams in one sitting doesn't necessarily mean that 60, 70 grams is going towards your muscles, you know? So I would say spread it out throughout the day, but protein is important, but also remember with protein, make sure your water consumption is high. You want to make sure you're not taxing your liver and kidneys, with too much protein. So you want to make sure
because you definitely don't want a kidney stone.
Yeah.
I haven't ever had a kidney stone, but I've heard
I've
heard how bad it is.
Yeah.
And
I
don't want any of that. That's one reason why I had to cut out the pre-workout.
Yeah.
Because a Red Bull on top of pre-workout, I was like, oh, and all the protein that I'm drinking, I'm definitely about to, shoot rocks out of my dick hole.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's definitely bad. I would say creatine is always good because creatine, man, the benefits of creatine, out of all the supplements, I think creatine has been researched more than anything. You can go look it up. I mean, there's so much studies on it, but I mean, you've seen benefits with bone density, being like, muscle health, cognitive benefits. So, and your regular creatine monohydrate, it's great to have that in your repertoire. I've seen lately that like omega like fatty acids, so your fish oils, I think omega also comes high in like organic milk, things like that. That's been beneficial. But again, your vitamins are always good. Just take like your regular multivitamin, your vitamin D. I do zinc. Yeah. I would say for men, especially once you start getting higher in age, definitely know where your testosterone levels are at. Because that's gonna be a big factor for your motivation, your even anxiety, depression. I mean, fatigue. Yeah. Recovery, all that stuff. So I would just say again, if you do everything else, that's going to help with testosterone levels too. Because if you're killing yourself, if you're not getting sleep, you're not going to recover, right? And it's going to hurt your testosterone levels. Because actually, you like long distance runners, some MMA athletes, because they train so hard, you see them and you're like, damn, these guys are ripped. They must be super healthy, and their testosterone levels are super low. Because of overwork and overuse. So knowing where your testosterone levels are and getting enough recovery is going to be very crucial to doing that.
To kind of like aid in like some of my recovery, I've done cryo chamber. Have you ever done one of those?
Seems cold.
No, but I've done ice baths.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I haven't done an ice bath since high school, but fuck that.
Yeah.
No, okay, so if you didn't like the ice bath, then you might like the cryo tube. I mean, yes, it gets to like negative 160 degrees and you're in it for like 2 to 3 minutes, but it's a dry cold, so it's not like you're like shivering.
Is it not so much a shock to the system as it is getting in a freaking ice bath? Because that'll lock you up. You're like, ah.
So
I do that if I'm getting in the shower and it's too cold.
If you go with your friends, you're gonna put on that facade of like it doesn't bother you, but on the inside, like, like on the inside, bro, like you're fucking freezing. They put little booties on your feet. They put gloves on your hands, and they recommend that you don't go in naked. Don't ever go in naked, because every time I've gone in, I've like cut my balls. I'm like, they got to be a little bit warmer than the rest of my body. But like my body gets like so cold, and you can actually see where there's inflammation like on your like in your muscles, because it shows up on your skin. Yeah, you're like, oh, okay, so that's where I was hurting. Yeah, like this is where I need to like maybe like stretch more or do something more. Yeah. But also too, like there's something about like getting out and like starting to warm back up that like also makes you feel really good. Yeah. But your nipples are like fucking rock hard. And I really felt like my nipple was gonna like freeze off. Like
maybe we should go. Hey, you want to go to a cryotherapy?
You're just there for the nipples.
Yeah,
man. The one that I went to, man, they like shut down because of COVID, man. Like,
COVID really fucked shit up.
Really fucked. But
shit I mean, no, some of us aren't fancy like Scott and don't go to cryotherapy. But I'll take a hot and cold shower. Like every time I take a shower, it's like it gets really hot, and then I also put it really cold. That's helped me with recovery. That's cool. Yeah. So saunas. I mean,
sauna.
Yeah, saunas are great. Saunas are great for recovery. But that being said, I do want to just, as we wrap this up, want to mention one more thing about stretching. Stretching is more for your like connective tissues. Yeah, there are muscular health for that. But, as you start doing these things, your tendons start getting tighter, right? And when you start stretching out, it helps stretch out those tendons so they're a little bit looser. It's just like a rubber band, like when you get the rubber band, if you just go like this, everything is good, right? But if you keep it tight and then you just keep moving it as it's tighter, right? It's just going to be a moment until it snaps. and that's going to be the same thing. So to reduce injury, stretching is also really good. Like I said, for the connective, like your ankles, your knees, your hips, you know, your shoulders.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you are stretching out. But
Absolutely.
yeah, guys, I mean, if you left with more questions than you got answers, look that shit up yourself.
I was going to say, we started off real rocky,
Yeah.
talking locker room shit, but then the actual message came through.
And we apologize, ladies, if some of the things we say are not appropriate. I'm sorry, baby,
fault.
that
We're gonna address
this
that.
fucking asshole brings out the worst in me. That's why, you know, I try not to keep him around, babe.
Oh, okay.
Babe.
I'm talking to my wife.
Trying to cover his tracks.
Yeah. I didn't want to.
He's
he made
the
me.
ringleader.
Look at those red pants. You think you could trust a man with those kind of pants?
These are my go fast pants.
Yeah, they look gay.
I told you I was dressed a
Oh
little.
no, we got canceled again.
I told you
My bad.
I was dressing a little slutty today. I was showing some ankle.
Yeah. If you see him when he gets up, it says juicy on his ass. But guys,
Quit looking at my ass.
that's
Anyways,
gonna
Wait, you can't borrow my pants anymore. Stop showing my juicy pants.
all
That's
right.
going to be the end of this episode, guys. We appreciate y'all listening. Follow us on social media.
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. It's all at the Amp Theory.
Everything's there.
Spotify.
Spotify.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye.